Hey ladies, this first unit is all about prep. So I'm going to walk you through all of the things that I could think of that would make your life easier as you're getting ready to enter your items into our software system. So this first little lesson, I guess so to speak, under the prep unit is all about accepted and unaccepted items. And this is very important because if you haven't realized by now, just from reading about Persnickety's, we are a little bit different type consignment sale than most others, in that we only accept, as far as clothing, upscale and boutique clothing. So it's very important when you're entering your items that you make sure that you are entering items that are actually accepted, because we don't want you to waste your time getting items ready that will be rejected at drop off. Now, that might seem like, well, gosh, that's probably not a lot of things that are accepted then, but that is not true, because there are a ton of upscale and boutique brands out there, and they are growing daily. So much so that we are constantly updating our accepted and unaccepted items list. So for now, we have the most updated version in the consignor group under the files tab. If you have trouble locating that, please reach out to us and we will show you how to get there. But you'll just go to the files tab. Then once you do that, you can click on that accepted and unaccepted items list. I would suggest printing it out, and that way you have it that you can look at as you are prepping your items, getting them together, gathering them for entering into our system. So we are a little bit different, like I said, in that we are a little bit of like a quality over quantity is our motto kind of with the sale. So what that means is we're not going to be as big of a consignment sale as maybe some of the other sales that you are used to, but that is because we accept different items than a lot of other consignment sales accept. And so we're looking for quality over the quantity, which is why our name is Persnickety's. We are picky, if you don't know what persnickety means. And that is why our sales floor is not always, does not always have as much inventory as a bigger sale, is because we have all quality pieces, we feel like, on the racks, and there's not a lot of fluff in between, if that makes sense. It is carefully curated, so we at drop off carefully inspect the items to make sure that it's up to our standards before they go out onto the sales floor, which means we aren't taking stained pieces, dated items. We aren't taking pieces that are too worn, things that our shoppers would not be looking for, that you would not be looking for if you were shopping. So we carefully curate and look through those items before they're able to go out onto our sales floor. The accepted and unaccepted list, like I said, is under files on the consignor page. It's super easy to find. If you cannot locate the files tab, please ask us and we will guide you to that. So know that that list is not all inclusive. Like I said earlier, there are so many brands that come out daily that there is no way that we could ever have an all-inclusive list without leaving something off. So if you do not see something on the list, either under the accepted side of things or unaccepted, we would prefer that you always ask us, because it might just be that we're not aware of that brand or somehow it got missed being put on the sheet. And so that way you can find out if it's allowed into the sale or not. So please don't ever hesitate to ask us about brands that you do not see on that list as accepted or unaccepted if they're not on there. Some items that are not accepted, I'm just going to run through some of these that just to make it easier, as far as things that are more baby gear, etc., that just so you don't waste your time tagging those. We do not accept breast pumps. Most insurance companies cover those now, and so we just found they were not selling. So breast pumps are a no-go, or any of the gear that goes with breast pumps. We do not accept blankets unless they are new with tags, and the same goes for burp cloths and bibs. So if those three items are not new with tags where we can visibly see the tag, we will not accept those. And the reason we do that is just because we have found that most people shopping our sale are not going to buy those items unless they are new with tags. Now, this does not include swaddles and sleep sacks and those things. Those are fine if they are not new with tags, as long as they are in excellent condition. It's just true baby blankets that are not accepted unless they're new with tags, burp cloths, and bibs. Rock and Plays are another item that we stopped accepting a couple of years ago when the big recall happened, and so that's something that's on our not accepted list. So make sure that if you have one of those, leave that out. We are not accepting those. Bedding, we stopped taking that a while back, so we do not accept crib bedding nor toddler, etc. bedding. Potties, we do not accept potties, and we do not accept bathtubs. That's another thing that we just found did not sell through well, so we stopped taking those. Any decor, we do not accept any type of decor, nursery or bedroom, etc. wise. So think pictures, picture frames, photo albums, lamps, figurines, anything that you would use to decorate. Basically, we do not accept any of that type stuff. Stuffed animals, we do not accept those unless they are interactive. So if it does something, then they are fine. If it's just a true stuffed animal, then those are not accepted. And then another thing that got added to the not accepted list because we found it was not selling through is 3-letter monograms. So like initial monograms. You are still welcome to put in names, single letters, like the heat press and custom like shirts that have like graphics, those are fine. Just no 3-letter monograms because they just don't sell well. So just make sure that when you are going through those monogrammed pieces that you leave the 3-letter initial monogram pieces out. Once again, you are fine with single letter, last name, first name, any of that words, any of that type of stuff. Just no 3-letter initials are going to be accepted at the sale. Some of the accepted items that you might not be aware of is we are upscale and boutique, and for the clothing, that is where we stay in that lane. But on shoes, we take any brand shoes. So shoes do not have to be upscale and boutique only. They can be from anywhere. Just make sure the correct season is brought. So if it's the spring summer sale, make sure you're only bringing spring and summer shoes. If it's the fall winter sale, make sure you're only bringing fall and winter shoes. The shoes must be in excellent condition. So we don't want grungy toes. If it's got a lot of wear, if they're nasty, if the shoestrings are missing or torn up, we're not going to accept nasty shoes. You would not want to purchase nasty shoes. So the shoes must be in excellent condition, and just make sure that they are the correct season, like I said. We accept any brand costume / dress up. We accept Halloween costumes, which is any brand in the fall winter sale. And then we accept dress up clothes for both fall, winter, and spring, summer. So the difference in that, as far as how do you know, is think if it's true like princess dress up, superhero capes, things that kids dress up in all year long, those are fine at either fall, winter, or spring, summer. If it's like a Pottery Barn peacock costume, that needs to be held out until fall, winter for Halloween. So just make sure if it's a true Halloween costume that you hold those out for the fall winter sale, and then dress up clothing can be taken either sale. Just make sure, once again, they're in excellent condition, and those can be any brand. It does not have to be just upscale and boutique. We also take for our spring summer event any brand swimsuit. So you can bring any brand swimsuit as long as they are in great / excellent condition. So if they're picked along the bottom, if they have the like from the hard water, like they're snapping when you pull straps and they're stained and yellowed, we're not going to accept those. Obviously you would not want to purchase those either. So any brand swimsuit, as long as in excellent condition, is accepted for the spring summer sale. We take any brand toys and baby gear, so that is not brand specific either. Just once again, make sure those are in working condition. So batteries need to be in items that are interactive, that do something, and then make sure you clean off that baby equipment and toys, make sure that they're ready to go. So we also take any brand for the fall winter sales. We take any brand ski gear, and it has to be true ski gear. So it can't just be a winter coat. As long as it is true ski gear, we take any brand of that for the fall winter sale. And we take designer purses as well at our sale. So they have to be authentic designer purses. As long as they are, then we accept those at both the spring, summer, and fall winter sale. Make sure to remember as you're tagging, this gets very confusing because it's hard sometimes because it's not truly the season we're in. when you're having the sale necessarily. Make sure that you are tagging for the correct season when you're entering items. So if it's spring summer event, make sure you're only doing spring summer transitional items. If it's the fall winter event, make sure you're only doing fall, winter, and transitional items for those. So when you're doing holiday type items, just make sure you're in, like, don't do Christmas in the spring summer, and you're not gonna do 4th of July for the fall winter sale. One thing we do take for spring summer and fall winter that's kind of seasonal is back to school. So like apples, school buses, that kind of stuff we do take for both sales, just because obviously we have back to school and end of the school year. So that one is exempt in the sense of you can bring that for either one. So when you're doing that, just think of fabrics. You're not going to put a linen in a fall winter sale. You're not going to put a corduroy outfit in a spring summer sale. Just think of prints, that kind of thing when you're tagging, and make sure it's correct season before you enter the item in so it doesn't get rejected at drop off. So just a little bit about the accepted and unaccepted. Most of this is all in those lists, so just print those out or put them where you can quickly access those to look up things. If something is not covered, once again, please do not hesitate to reach out to us. We are here to help you, and we want to make sure that your drop off with your items goes as seamlessly as possible. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll be back soon with another prep unit lesson. Thanks.